Right over us. There you go. Good girl. Woo! Ah! What's going on, fowl players? It is November, and duck season has finally arrived in North Carolina. I know you guys that are local here are just as excited about that as I am. So started off this season with a draw blind out in coastal North Carolina. I drew a permit with my buddies Nathan and Scott. So we headed out there last week for this hunt. Not my first hunt of the season, but the first successful one, as you'll see here shortly. It was warm, which is typical for this time of year, and mosquitoes were crazy. And you're going to see that in this footage as well. But that warm weather actually did kind of come in handy, as you may have guessed from the intro that you just saw. So hang with me to the end. I'll share a little bit of information about where we're hunting and the conditions that we had there and what that hunt was like. And hopefully you're going to enjoy the footage, so sit back and enjoy.
There's a bunch.
Right in front, right in front, right in front.
There's some. Here they come.
Rosie. Somebody got one.
I got the one on the right.
Good job.
Watch them.
There you go. She got it. Good girl. Good girl. Good job, Rosie. Come here. Good girl.
Look at that big group.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow. That's a big group. I don't think that's wood ducks. That might have been ringnecks. Coming behind us on the left.
There's three right behind me.
One more than three coming at us. He saw us.
There's right in front, right in front. They just landed on that left side.
Oh, we got two coming over us. Get ready. That's teal.
Bubba.
Yep. Is that teal?
They just got a. Oh, those two. Oh, which way are you going?
These mosquitoes sound like the Indianapolis 500. I don't know. I threw it over there at you. I think it's a hen. Right over us.
Good shot.
Rosie. Thank you.
Two in front.
Dead bird. She smells it. There you go. Good girl.
Right over.
He's hit.
You want to hit it again?
Yeah, it's too far. Come on, take that bird from her.
Thank you.
Huh? Oh, shit. Woo! Ah! Oh, shit. Ah, dead bird. Shit. Well, if you've never fallen in, you're not really a duck hunter. That's all I can say. And it's been a while for me, but I did take a dip on this hunt. The water was pretty chilly, as it probably sounded from my reaction right there, but actually it was almost 70 degrees. So it wasn't bad. I was wet, but I wasn't cold, so that wasn't too bad. But that's part of duck hunting. It's been a long time since I've fallen in, but you know, it is what it is. I just I did notice that ditch there. Ditch wasn't deep, but I lost my balance and sat right down and filled up the old waders. So that's duck hunting, right? All right, let's get back to the action.
Dead bird. Come on, dead bird. Fetch it up. Did you find it? Yeah, good girl. Come here. Come. Come. Got it. Come on. Good girl. Oh, nothing like a swim in the morning to...
Yeah, you go under?
I did. I filled them up.
Oh no.
Luckily it's 70 degrees out here. It's actually quite refreshing. Little swim this morning in the duck swamp. You gotta love that. It's been a while since I've done that.
Coming over.
Yep.
Take it, babe.
Shooting. Good shot, Nate. Rosie, sit. Sit. Over. Now she's on it. Oop, sniffed it.
There we go.
You can tell her when she gets a nose full of it.
Yeah, over here.
Come here, come. Good girl. Ah, you're not home. No jewelry. Can't be good.
There you go.
Ooh, catch him up. Good line. Stay straight. Stay straight. Stay straight.
There, that one came in.
Dead bird. Fetch it up. Good girl. Scott, I think you got that one, didn't you? Was
Oh, that's 3.
Is that 3 for him?
Yeah. He's way ahead of the game.
No more wood ducks for you.
Well, unfortunately, it was no more wood ducks for anybody at that point in time. Scott got 3, I got 1, and Nate got 1 as well. Might have been 2 and 2 for me and Scott, but that last one he shot, I was actually fighting with the safety the whole time and didn't get a shot off until very late. So good hunt all around. Saw good numbers of birds. This is the 3rd year I've hunted in this spot. I'm going to tell you where here in just a minute. But it's the 3rd year in a row I've hunted this spot on Veterans Day. I've hunted Veterans Day 3 years in a row in this spot. So that's kind of cool. I've hunted this particular blind twice and another blind once. Probably saw more ducks this year than we have in the past. Even though maybe they worked into us a little bit better last year in a different blind. There were guys hunting in that blind while we were out there. I don't think they shot as much as we did, which was surprising. And that just kind of goes to show conditions, the birds can change from season to season. So where were we? I know I'm going to hurt some people's feelings here, but I'm going to tell you exactly where we were. We were in the North River Gamelands. That's a public game land out in coastal North Carolina, right off the Alligator River. Why am I telling you this? Well, because it's not a secret. This is a draw blind location. In I guess late summer, I think September, we had to submit for a draw for this, and everybody puts in their party of 3 hunters, and we got our names pulled out of a hat. Just so happened we got lucky on this one and got drawn for this spot. So it's not secret. You can't just walk in and hunt, so it's not going to get crowded. If you don't have a permit, you can't be there. This particular one is 3 individual impoundments with a blind in each one. If you draw that permit, you have to hunt from the blind. So you can't even get on the levees and cheat the other side. Obviously, you can get out and chase down a bird, shoot a cripple, that kind of thing, but you have to hunt from the blind. Like I said, I've hunted this blind twice. I hunted another blind last year, and we've killed birds all 3 times. What blind was I in? I won't share that just because I don't think it's important, and it's going to change. I could say I was in this blind this year. It's the case. So I was in a different blind last year. Birds flew over there better than they did this year, so it's going to vary. Conditions vary. One of the holes the last 2 years didn't have any food growing in it. This year it did. That was one thing. The millet was fantastic in this spot this year. My gear, the decoys we drug in, were covered in millet to the point that I wanted to wash them off before I got home so it doesn't look like I'm baiting when I hunt my spot here. So the state did a great job of getting food growing in there this year. They had a combination of Japanese and chiwapa millet in there. Some wild plants as well, and it was fantastic. Ducks aren't down yet. It was, like I said, 70 degrees. So ducks aren't in North Carolina yet in any great numbers. And this was probably all wood ducks that were born and raised, probably within 10 miles of where we were hunting. Did see a few mallards. Saw one group that looked like teal just because they were doing this crazy number the whole way. Think we saw some gadwalls because they just kept farting around and circling blinds and not committing, as gadwalls like to do. And maybe even a group of ringnecks. So out there on the coast of North Carolina, you can see anything. I've shot pintails out there. I've shot redheads. Of course, bluebills. They may even come into some of these impoundments, but you're liable to shoot just about anything out there. So it was a good time. What were conditions like? The hole we were in needed more water. We actually had exposed mud, which wasn't good. It was kind of a struggle to get decoys to float, and they didn't manage where they planted the millet properly. We had millet almost up to the front of the blind, and then a couple of areas off to the side that they had left wild, and then disked, which if you've ever walked through a flooded field that's been disked, it's not fun, especially for Scott, who is 6'8" and over 300 pounds. He was sinking into it pretty bad. So if they happen to watch this video, my feedback would be leave natural vegetation for about 35 yards in front of that blind and put your millet or whatever crop you're growing off to the sides. Where the ducks would have wanted to land in the water, the one on the left side of us was a mud flat. There wasn't any water because they needed about 6 inches more water in there. And the one on the right was really kind of too far for the entire blind to have a good shot. And these blinds are pretty small. They're only 4x8. And the layout of them isn't perfect. There is a bench in there, but at my height, if I sit on the bench, I can't see out. If I stand up, then my head is sticking out of it. So you had to kind of try to hide. It made it a little tough. And this particular one is starting to fall in disrepair. Hopefully they will maybe take a look at it and do a little work on it in the off season to get it going. But all in all, a good hunt. Someplace, like I said, I've been there for 3 years in a row and had a great time every time, except for the mosquitoes. So if you ever happen to hunt this spot, make sure you take off with you because you're going to need it. So that's it. First hunt of the season is in the books. It was a successful hunt. So hopefully we're going to have some more of these to bring with you the rest of the season. So stick with me. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Hit the old subscribe button down there. Give me a thumbs up and leave me some kind of comment so that YouTube knows you're enjoying my videos and will continue to recommend them to others. So I would appreciate your support in that. That's it for today. I'm going to call it quits. Stick with me through the season, and hopefully we have a good one to share with you. As always, I'm Bruce. You're watching Fowl Play Outdoors.